Hi folks, my name is Dan. I'm with the team over at Distributive, and today I'm going to show you how to install and use the DCP Screensaver Worker for Windows machines. Download the Windows Screensaver Worker MSI from any of our sources online and simply double-click to install. The wizard will take you through this quite easily, but the first thing you'll see will be the MIT open source license, and then it'll tell you the components that the worker installs. That's all described in the documentation. And the installation progress will complete within about 2 minutes. Once the installation finishes, click Finish, and it will open the Settings tab, which you can access through the Windows Control Panel Screensaver settings at any time. Under Key Stores, the identity is auto-generated unless you want to update and select your own key store. The DCP bank account, on the other hand, you want to make sure you put your own account there, which you access through dcp.cloud. This is where the distributed computing credits that the worker earns as it completes work will be deposited. And so I'm going to log into my account and make sure that I give it my bank account credentials. So when I log in to dcp.cloud, you'll see I have several checking accounts with compute credits in them. I want this worker to earn into the Dan account. And you can see the account number is listed here, and I can hit copy quite easily here. Then I can go over to the DCP worker installation settings and just paste that in here. The next tab is compute groups. This allows me to add or remove as many compute groups as I like. So right now you can see I already added a compute group called Dan. And down here you can see it says include a public DCP compute group. Never. This means that by default the worker will never join or execute work on the public network. It will only execute work in the Dan compute group. If I wanted to also join the public compute group where anybody can deploy work and execute work, I would hit always. And if I wanted to only be a fallback option, i.e. when there's no workload in Dan, then it resorts to doing workload on the public network, I would click only when private groups have no tasks. So I'm going to leave it in never. And I'm going to add a new compute group, which is the demo compute group. And I'm going to give it a label. I'm going to call it demo. And you can see that by clicking OK, it adds a second compute group. So this worker, when the screensaver is active, will join both the Dan and demo compute groups, execute workloads, put the compute credits it earns into my DCP account, and that's that easy. Under Screensaver, if you don't want our logo floating around, you can upload your own bitmap and have your own image floating around. Hit save, and all of those entries will be saved into the registry, and voila. In a minute, the screensaver would turn on and start doing work from those compute groups. If you want to go back there, just type screensaver in your start panel and go to change screensaver. And you'll see that it appears right in your screensaver settings along with the other screensavers. And if you want to change anything, just hit settings, and there you go. You can change and modify compute groups, screensaver, key stores, or anything else. That's it, folks. Thank you very much, and happy computing.